What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Supernatural Corner podcast. I'm here with the RCL man and, of course, myself, Serena. So, today we're going to be talking about fairies.
Ooh, fairy! I know that you've wanted to do fairies for a little while because, there's from what you've said to me previously, there's an idea of what fairies are, which is like Tinkerbell, right? Mm-hmm. But there's the real fairies, which are different. So I guess we'll find out about those today. Is that what's going to happen?
Definitely. Okay. So this subject
are they evil?
We'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
So this subject has been talked about a lot here, especially on TikTok. Anybody who's on TikTok, it's been coming up. A lot of people have been questioning it. I don't know why. I guess because it's 2020 and everything has to happen in 2020.
2020. Fairies, why not?
Fairies, why not?
Just add it onto the pile.
Just a gamble. So that's what we're going to go ahead and talk about. So let's just jump into it.
Let's talk about the fairies.
So what is a fairy? What do you think a fairy is?
Well, I can make an inappropriate joke, which I'm not going to. A fairy is it's a winged creature that's like tiny. That flies around. Okay, well look, I didn't even read that, but anyway, it's a winged creature which flies around like this right here, this thing. That's a fairy.
That's a fairy.
There we go. Or it's the classical idea of what a fairy is.
Okay, so a fairy is a mythological creature that is found a lot in folklore and multiple cultures. It does present itself as a winged mystic creature, but FYI fact, real quick. In the early, before the 1500s, before it was even recorded as winged creatures, they did not have wings.
Okay, so fairies started out with no wings.
Yeah, fairies started out with no wings.
So then what were they?
In some cultures.
Like witches?
They were called little people.
Now is that the offensive term or the not offensive term? I don't know.
Well,
but okay, they were called little people. Okay.
Because they were literally little people.
Well, did they think that little people were little people?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
They might have thought they were.
Were they? Instead of having like a whatever that, I guess, I don't know if I want to say deformity, but instead of being small because of that, they thought they were fairies.
I mean, that's what they called those.
Okay, all right. So little people, fairies. Okay.
Yeah. Then there's over 400 different types of fairies.
Oh my God, It's going to be a long episode.
So we're not going to go over the types of fairies and what kind, but I'm going to kind of just give you a general idea of fairies.
Okay.
So, where do fairies come from? A lot of people
Ireland.
Question this.
No, I don't know.
No, well, what I mean by where do they come from? Not the actual place, but more of where. Like, how did their existence become upon us?
How did fairies happen upon this earth?
Yeah. So, an old Christian background says that they are demoted angels. The Catholics.
Oh, wait, weren't those demons?
Well, yeah, they consider them demons.
But they're like in purgatory almost? They're not as bad as demons?
Yeah. They were like, nah. Other cultures, like pagans, believe they are demoted deities. So that's almost...
They're what deities? I'm sorry, I missed that.
They're demoted.
Demoted deities. Okay, so essentially the same deal. Okay.
Yeah, essentially the same deal. Some people say they are demons. Okay. Like older cultures do say that, or say they are spirits
little
of the dead.
Tiny demons. Are they tiny or are they normal size?
They're tiny.
Okay, they're all tiny, regardless of where it comes from.
They're hidden people from a different culture that we just discovered them.
Like a different species of human that's out there and we just don't know. It's a secret. Okay.
Chilling around. Weird. And other people say that they are elements. There are forms of elements. So there's water fairies, there's fire fairies, so they're elements.
Okay.
So those are kind of what people think they originated from.
Well, that would follow through with the Tinkerbell movies where there's different elements. Not that I watched those a lot, but at one time we clicked on one and it was
good.
It was actually okay.
Really
I got invested in the fairy movie even though I shouldn't have. I had no reason to be.
The magic got stolen and they were
and then they had to
Anyway, so a lot of people also ask, how long do fairies live? Okay.
I'm gonna guess 1,000 years.
1,000.
1,000.
Okay, so fairies are not immortal.
Okay.
Okay.
See, but yeah, 1,000 years, not immortal.
So
that's what I said.
Most lifespan recorded of a fairy is 450 years. They can and have been recorded to live over 400 and even into their 600th year.
Wait. Not to get into interrogation. You said it's been recorded. Who records that? How do you record that?
There are several different authors out there, and we can't say for sure if they were lying.
Okay, so we don't have the research in front of us, but going on their word.
Going on the authors and poems and pictures of the past, they have recorded that in that type of history.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure, like, nobody went and did a study on a fairy and was like, okay.
And they say they are also immune to things that people would be immune to, such as like poisons or diseases or anything like that. Okay. But most over time, people say disappear into their elements.
Okay, so if they're water fairy, then they can just disappear into a body of water. Okay.
Yeah, so they kind of dissipate into their element. So that also brings us to, what do fairies eat?
Humans.
Wrong.
Okay. Every time we talk about something scary, they always eat humans, so I'm just going to say humans.
So you'll hear why they're scary.
Dust bunnies.
No.
Cute puppies.
Realistically, what do you think?
What do they eat? If I was a fairy, what would I eat? Flowers.
So fairies are almost vegetarians.
Flowers? No, okay, yeah.
So they are vegetarians, not vegans, because they love milk.
Fairies love milk.
They love sweets.
Weird. Okay.
It's even known, on a side note, like going off subject for a second, it's even known that some cultures would even leave bread or sweets out with a cup of milk so the fairies would not mess with them.
Now that's how you get ants.
That's how you get ants.
That's how you get ants. Maybe they thought ants were fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were like...
Anyway, I need to stop with this
anyway, so they are vegetarians. They love sweets. They love milks. They love nuts. They love anything like that. They don't eat meat. Okay. They don't eat seafood. Any type of animal, they just don't eat.
Okay.
So berries and fruits and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, what do fairies not like? What hurts fairies?
Shoes.
I'm
making too many jokes. Anyway,
he is cracker lacking.
All right, go ahead.
So fairies actually cannot stand iron. It burns their skin.
Whoa, now that's unexpected. Why?
Not only that, they do not like crossing past the salt.
Crossing. So if you make an X with salt, they won't be happy.
Like when we put salt down for ants.
Yeah, I do know. Yeah. Yes, if you have ants, put salt down wherever they are, and they will go away.
Definitely,
it won't kill them, but they will go away.
Yeah, they'll go away.
So you're supporting my ant hypothesis, where fairies are really just ants, and people didn't know what to call them.
Yeah. So that's how they don't like. So if you ever come across fairy and you're like, I'm scared, make sure you're wearing iron or have some salt on you.
That's weird. It's almost like, we haven't discussed werewolves, but werewolves don't like silver, right? Like silver's like their thing. So it's kind of like that.
Kind of, yeah, but it's iron.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So this brings us to, what do we do if we come in contact with a fairy? What are our do's and don'ts?
Get that pixie dust, man.
Okay.
Get that dust.
Do not listen.
Go fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, don't eat any of food of theirs at all. Don't eat any of the food, because what is said is if you eat their food, you have now no longer have the craving of human food.
Okay.
And
you go crazy for fairy food.
But if because they have powers, which we'll get into in a minute, where they could just invisibilize themselves and their land, their dimension, so you're going to starve to death.
Okay, all right.
Also,
I don't know.
They will trap you in their land.
Okay.
If you eat their food.
Okay, well, you can get their food then if you're in their land.
If they decide to let you have it.
Okay. Now we're getting into like different dimensions and stuff. There was none of that.
I didn't. That was
okay. I wasn't expecting to go to a different dimension.
Don't give them your name.
Okay.
Once they have your name, that gives them control of you.
But what if your name's like out already?
Well, I mean, just don't. This is if you run into one.
So if you see a fairy,
if I see a fairy, I'm like, hey girl, what's good? Don't give her my name. But if she does have my name, she can take control of me.
Okay.
Almost like a puppet.
I don't understand how that works, but all right.
But if I know her name and I say it, she'll leave me alone permanently.
Now, I've heard that before, though. I've heard that, but not when it comes to fairies.
Yeah, no, this is with her.
Okay. I have a question, real quick. I know we maybe haven't got to it yet. Is a fairy the same as the Black Eyed Kids?
No.
No. Okay, that's something different. All right, don't disregard what I just said.
We'll edit that out.
No, we don't have to edit that.
Okay. So here's where you're talking about dimensions.
Okay.
Don't ever step in a fairy ring. So a fairy ring
is
what's a ring in the middle of the woods that's built of mushrooms.
Okay.
It says mushroom circle.
I feel like that could be explained by natural phenomena. Okay.
It teleports you to a different realm, which is the fairy realm. When you could either get stuck in their realm, which if you do, one of their years in their land can be centuries to us in the human world.
So time travel.
If
we did that.
Same
I want to
thing.
now see. I feel like I'm not scared to go check out one of those rings because I think there's a natural reason for that.
Into their fairy world, you could be stuck in that one spot for centuries.
That would suck.
But to you, it could be like 10 minutes.
Oof. That's how you time travel
So
right
now
there.
everybody dies, and now you're stuck there. And there's only one way to be let go. And you have to say to the fairy, I'm sorry, let me go. You have to say it 3 times.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Last but not least.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it.
That's fine. That's fine if you don't believe it. There is a lot of record out there.
Like
more record than I have ever seen for most.
Here's what needs to happen. When we do another episode, we need to have like maybe get some videos or something and put them up there, and I can put them in the thing later.
We do have videos.
Well, we have the one video, but I'm saying okay, well, yeah, we need to bring those up when you're talking about this stuff. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So last but not least,
don't
ever accept a gift from an unknown fairy.
Okay.
So if you never had contact with this fairy, you don't know how to act or anything like that, accepting a gift from them is an insult because it's saying now that they're in your debt.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
So fairies are not humans. Okay, they don't have the same rules as us.
Okay.
They have a different lifestyle.
Okay.
This is a different species. Okay, so they leave gifts.
Okay,
I guess in their culture, that's something that they have to do.
Okay.
But if you accept the gift,
then you have to give them something back. Is that what you're saying?
then you are in their debt.
Or you're in debt to them.
Yeah, you're in debt to them.
Okay.
Okay. So because they are not human and their culture is not human-like, they looks at everything like a different rule.
Okay.
To us.
That's just weird. Okay, how would you know if you got like a gift like from the fairy? That's what I don't.
Well, so gifts come in many forms. There could be like a small acorn with a wing in it.
Okay.
Or there could be a watch on your front porch that you've never seen. You know what I mean? Or something suspicious in your path that was never there before.
I guess I'm just like, okay, well, so you I don't know. What would be the purpose of that? But anyway, go ahead with what you're saying.
So the best thing to do is if you do receive a fairy gift, just pick it up, say no thank you. Because once you say thank you, you've accepted the gift.
Okay.
Okay, say no thank you and either destroy it or bury it.
Okay. This is too. I'm sorry. I feel like this is a little too far gone for me. Like we're in a realm where I'm just like this is all complete nonsense. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put it down or anything. I'm just saying
just letting you guys know though, because if you ever do come across something like this and you accept one of their gifts and it's not a good fairy or a fairy that with good intentions, you could owe it anywhere from a hot dog to your firstborn child. And they steal children. Okay, they steal children. There's the turn. Because so far I was like, where's the? We haven't got there yet. Okay, all right. I'm trying to get to the good part. Okay, so there's no good part. Well, what's the? Okay, go ahead. So fairies have powers. Okay. So they have luck, invisibility, glamour, healing, clairvoyance, and the list goes on. They pretty much have it all. They have a bunch of powers. Okay. They literally have it. He's looking at the powers. What is one iron kinesis? Where?
One, not the last one, but the one before
so
shapeshifting.
that they can go into your dreams and mess with your dreams like Freddy Krueger.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So, are there any stories that we have?
Yes, but let me finish what I was saying.
Okay.
Then. So they have powers. Okay. So there are stories from where people are being kidnapped, enslaved, captive, and help to reproduce the fairy population. But there are also stories of fairies healing humans, bringing good luck, and even fays falling in love with humans.
Okay.
So,
all right. Now we're getting into it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the interesting stuff. Like
So
I
let
said,
me
the
tell
interesting
you
stuff.
What people say.
All right.
So you remember the gift thing we were talking about earlier?
The gift thing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So when you accept their gifts and you owe them in debt, sometimes they'll grant you wishes.
Okay.
So you want to be a millionaire, they can do that.
Okay.
But they want your child. They want your child because fairies in their, how can I say this? In their lifespan, a woman fairy can only have one child per year. And most of the time, they can't get pregnant.
Okay.
So they steal infants
Okay.
and take them to the fairyland. And once they're there, they use magic to turn them into fae.
Okay.
And there's your population of fairies. But that's a hybrid.
Okay. Okay. That's freaking, what's her name from that one show?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if a fae falls in love with a human
Okay.
and they have a child, sometimes the child will be born in the human world and won't know. But the fae will come back and steal the child because they want them back in the fae world.
Okay. Okay. This is all.
If I didn't tell you guys earlier before, fae and fairy are the same thing.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know that.
Okay.
So that's where the infants coming in and being stole and enslaved is because you were stuck in their world. They don't like to be watched. They hate to be watched. If they find you watching them, they will take you.
Okay.
And hold you captive until they think.
Okay, that's all right. So, hey, if you see me, I'm gonna capture you and enslave you. Like what? Like there's just no reason behind it.
And this is what you don't understand. Some people ask, "Are fairies evil?" And in my opinion, I say no, they're not. Because
no, when they enslave people and steal babies.
In my opinion, I say no because they are a different culture. They have different ways, different thoughts. They're not humans.
They're evil.
So they don't think like humans do. So whatever is bad to us could be normal in their world.
I mean, but then I feel like
if you're raised in a world where stealing is okay, then your whole world stealing is okay. But if I go to a different universe or a different world and I steal something, that's bad. So why would that be considered bad?
because you're in a different universe where it's bad.
Right, but that's not their culture. And who knows? They might have been here before us.
Well, right now you're the minority. Okay, all right. So you follow what normal human society does.
I think that because they don't have the same emotions because they're not the same species. They're not a human species.
When you steal babies and enslave people, that's where I draw the line. And you're like, no, squish you.
I've never heard them killing people.
Okay, but enslaving and stealing babies.
They don't kill babies.
Okay.
They make fae out of them, and who wouldn't want to have magic?
I don't know. I guess
some fairies do heal people, and they do help people. So I
show me those. I need proof of those.
I can't judge, and who am I to judge one bad fairy for their whole species?
I mean,
just
I got
like humans, there's evil humans here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if I came to this earth and I saw all the bad humans, does that give me the right to judge every human?
Right, I'm not saying that, but you're literally saying previously, if you look at them, they're going to enslave you. That to me means that don't even.
They don't like to be watched, spied on. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm just all right.
They don't like to be spied on. Like
I understand.
The government don't like to be spied on. If you go spy on the government, they're going to enslave you.
If you watch a cop for 5 minutes, you're not going to get thrown in jail.
You might.
I mean, you might get questioned, and then you might get thrown in jail.
Which is the same
but
thing.
It's probably not nearly as bad.
And taking babies, if you really want to go as far as that,
be careful what you say here. What you gonna say? What you gonna say?
Because there's evil people out in the world who do take children.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go. What's the next?
Anyway, so I don't think that they are evil. I think they are misunderstood, and we don't know their culture. enough to judge them and say that they are evil. Again,
I don't know. See, you're treating them like a different people,
species. They are
and
different
I am
species.
treating them like
They're human, but they're not human.
they're creatures. They're, you know. So
I feel like you're treating like they have human emotions.
yeah.
They don't.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, bears don't have human emotions, but if they terrorize us enough, we'll kill them.
That's true.
So-
But they're on our land, and if a bear kills us, it doesn't know that that's wrong.
I mean, but then you also have these fairies have their own land, right? Their own dimension, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, stay in your dimension if
We're
it's real.
spying on them. Then we're being nosy.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
But you're getting off subject.
What's the next
Anyway,
bit here? I'm sorry.
Well, that about wraps it up, though.
Okay.
Coming into saying, are they evil? Are they not evil? Because a lot of people want to know. I guess it's really the matter of opinion and the experience that you actually have with the Fae.
Yeah,
if you want to invite them in your home, that's your choice.
So you're taking
if
a
you
risk.
Want to, you're kind of taking a risk. It is told that people do make little fairy doors for them and leave gifts for them. Just to make sure that the Fae don't mess with them. And that still goes on till this day in some countries. So I'm just saying, I think they're real. If you think they're real, comment below and let us know. And if you have any experiences, let us know.
Please, if you have any sort of fairy anything, put it down there. Because right now, I'm not convinced.
We gotta convince him, you guys, at least of something. He doesn't believe in anything.
I don't believe nothing.
Nothing. Skeptics.
I'll
here.
give you a little bit on the ghost, but that's a different episode.
Hardly.
Just a little bit. I'll give you a little bit on the ghost.
Alright, everybody. Well, that's it for today's show, talking about fairies. This is Supernatural Corner. Reaching out to you, saying comment, like, and subscribe. RCL man.
Out.
And bye, you guys. See you next time.